Welcome to the channel. This video explores how Switzerland transformed itself from a poor, resource-limited country into one of the wealthiest nations in Europe. The explanation focuses on the strategic decisions, economic policies, and institutional choices that enabled this transformation, including industrial specialization, political stability, banking practices, and tax structures that continue to attract global wealth today. At the start of the 19th century, Switzerland was not the wealthy, polished nation it is known as today. It was a small, landlocked country with very little natural wealth, no access to the sea, poor soil for large-scale agriculture, and no major energy resources like coal or oil. Most people lived in rural areas and survived on subsistence farming or small local crafts. Many Swiss citizens were so poor that working as mercenaries for foreign armies became a common way to earn a living. Compared to industrializing powers like Britain, France, or Germany, Switzerland lagged behind economically and had limited opportunities for growth. The turning point came through deliberate institutional and economic choices rather than sudden discovery of resources. In 1848, Switzerland adopted a federal constitution that created political stability, strong rule of law, and clear protection of private property. This stability was critical. Investors, entrepreneurs, and workers could plan for the long term without fear of abrupt policy changes or internal conflict. Switzerland also adopted a policy of permanent neutrality, which kept it out of major European wars. While much of Europe suffered destruction of infrastructure and capital during conflicts, Switzerland preserved its factories, skills, and savings. Instead of competing in mass production, Switzerland focused on specialization. Lacking cheap raw materials, it invested in high-value, low-volume industries where precision and quality mattered more than scale. This led to the rise of watchmaking, precision engineering, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and later advanced machinery and chemicals. Parallel to this, Switzerland built one of the strongest vocational education and apprenticeship systems in the world. Young people were trained directly for industry needs, creating a highly skilled workforce that could support innovation and productivity. Over time, this model generated steady income, reinvestment, and technological leadership. Financial discipline also played a key role. Switzerland maintained conservative public finances, low debt, and a strong, stable currency. Inflation remained controlled, which protected savings and encouraged long-term investment. As global uncertainty increased through wars and economic crises, Switzerland's stability made it increasingly attractive as a place to store wealth. Capital began flowing into the country not because of rapid speculation, but because Switzerland was perceived as safe, predictable, and well-governed. This environment laid the foundation for the Swiss banking system. Swiss banks evolved primarily as custodians of wealth rather than aggressive lenders. Their reputation was built on capital preservation, discretion, and legal certainty. Banking secrecy laws, formalized in the 20th century, initially aimed to protect citizens and foreign clients from political persecution and arbitrary confiscation. Over time, this confidentiality became a major attraction for wealthy individuals, families, and institutions from around the world. Switzerland positioned itself as a neutral financial vault in an unstable world. The banking sector expanded alongside Switzerland's role in international trade, diplomacy, and finance. Wealthy individuals were drawn not only by secrecy, but by professional asset management, strong institutions, multilingual expertise, and a legal system that prioritized property rights. While international pressure has since reduced absolute secrecy, the reputation for professionalism and safety remains deeply embedded in the Swiss financial system. Switzerland's tax system further reinforced its appeal. Its federal structure allows cantons to compete by offering lower and more efficient tax rates. Certain cantons introduced favorable corporate tax regimes, while wealthy foreign residents could benefit from lump sum taxation based on living expenses rather than income. Combined with an extensive network of double taxation treaties, this allowed individuals and corporations to legally minimize tax burdens. Importantly, this was framed as tax optimization within the law, not outright tax evasion. As a result, Switzerland came to be labeled a tax haven, not because taxes are universally low, but because the system is predictable, flexible, and designed to attract capital, headquarters, and high net worth residents. When combined with political neutrality, banking expertise, and economic stability, this tax structure made Switzerland one of the most attractive destinations for global wealth. Today, Switzerland stands among the wealthiest nations in Europe, not due to natural resources or empire, but because of long-term planning, institutional trust, specialization, and financial prudence. Its transformation from a poor agrarian society into a global financial and industrial powerhouse demonstrates how stability, skill development, and strategic policy choices can redefine a nation's economic destiny. Thank you for watching. If this explanation was helpful and informative, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more content on economics, finance, and how countries and institutions shape global wealth.